Okay, welcome everybody to the Azande Young Dynasty Awards Conference 2018, New South Wales. I would like to introduce our chairman of the Azande community in Sydney to open us or give us an introduction of his community, his people here today. And then we'll proceed with our conference. So the chairman, I'm coming to you. Something very brief so we can start with our conference because we're a bit behind.
Thank you very much, all of you. Before we begin, our respect to the owner of this land, present and past. I think before I could talk, we always must remember God. Obviously, we have to pray first. Or wait. I will ask somebody to open for us with prayer first. Because we can't just start as a human being. God created us. We must respect Him in everything we do. Who's going to lead us in prayer first before us? How is our traditional here? We don't talk before we start with prayers. Okay. So Charles back here, just pray for us.
Our God in heaven, we thank you today for this gathering as we, as your son and daughters, we come from far away, but today, because of your grace, we become as united together to see the joy of the love between us. We come from all over state in Australia. We come from every places here in Australia. We leave everything because we are Azande. We have to be together. God, we thank you for this grace you're giving us, and let it be continued in Jesus' name.
Tamba front nduko. Barapa ngaboro. Anyari mnangbara go chirani. Ajoro nikugume na gwapa onaida kamangaha na koza tronisa gagani bangu apai onika sakahar nane anta sakaha kajaro go na wona matuna ha kono muga jipona tuna haris kikurwaya oninga kumbaberani rame basasa nandwa nani be Chito kanena ngasinarani ya akote ya aska azanga jiotele na vakate ni bangate pakura pa kono ni kape bombo ajono chado bara kono ne kaburada kakura chane akura kono ne Chito namba kono logo ni akakana ni kumbata.
Thank you, Uncle, for welcoming us from all the various states today. But in the spirit of community organizing, we should have started on time. So we are not going to waste time. Hello? We are not going to waste time. We are going to enter into our program. It has been 5 years of young people connecting, networking, sharing, and today we have decided to dialogue. Before us, we have 3 co-hosts, young people, and besides them, we have 2 special guest speakers. Our program today has 3 segments. Agenda items. Number 1, everyone here today in this room is going to share a story of social experiences within our community. Everyone. Agenda number 2, we're going to share self-development stories with our peers on all the tables. In agenda item number 3, we're going to share our experiences within the mainstream Australian society. So each of those agenda items represents one of the cohorts there. They're going to start off sharing a story of their own, and then our special guest speakers will get to enlighten us in one of the issues under those agenda items, which is the social issues that we have up here today as the first special guest. So without any delayment, I'm going to introduce Nambedi to start with sharing his story of a social experience.
Good afternoon. You already introduced me. I'm also the son of the chairman over there who was speaking to you earlier, if you don't know me. Social experience. Some of you might find it quite difficult to, excuse me, I'll just put this up. Some of the social experience that we have in Sydney here, and as a youth of the Azande, we actually lack a lot of communication and engagement with each other. So this event, I find it quite useful for us in Sydney and in Aussie here. It is the best opportunity to get together, enjoy ourselves, such as myself. I may have not attended all this event, but I can see that in the near future, I will engage more in this kind of things. This social experience in here. We have a lot of values. We have a lot of potential to do many things. Gathering together, that's what I want. This is what I'm emphasizing, the gathering. Because we lack it in here as a young community. We don't get together. We only socialize with other community, but not among ourselves most of the time. This is the sort of things we lack in Sydney here. And as Zimmerman, Justin, organized this event and his colleagues, I am quite excited to be part of it this time.
Thank you, Namberi, for that brief overview of social experiences in Sydney for a young person. Now, to our left, if you are in the crowd, we're going to be introducing one of our elders, Michael Jolon. He's going to introduce himself fully because our idea is sharing stories. So let's all welcome Uncle. He's been given 10 minutes because of his special experience of life in this area. So he's going to tell you what the topic is about, and I think you might enjoy this journey as he goes through time. Uncle.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity this afternoon to welcome all the young people, the young Azande, my sons and daughters, who have traveled all this long distance from the States. My name is Michael Jelon Iriwo. I was born in 1946 46. So if you have any calculator, you will know what is my age now. But I would say I'm 72. I'm married to one wife, with whom we have lived for the last 47 years. I'm a father of 4 sons and 4 daughters. And today I'm happy and thank God I'm the grandfather of the team. Many young people have been asking me how I went through to come to this stage of 47 years. So I thought it was very important to give you at least what does it mean coming together in what we call marriage. So I pick it up because it is a social issue, a social problem facing young people, not only here, but everywhere. I went to South Sudan. I stayed there for the last 5 years. This was one of the biggest problems. Marriages, very few are very successful, but most break down very easily. And the experience I had here in Australia, there is no marriage in Australia. There is what they call partnership. You have to be a partner for a certain contract. You agree, you don't agree. Anybody can kick his own way or her own way, and that is it. But I feel we, the Azande, should go back to a very brief history of how we live together to have that numerous number, because we were actually the second largest ethnic group in South Sudan, or in Sudan at that time, but things went wrong until we disintegrated, and now we have become the 3rd largest ethnic group after Dinka and Nuer in South Sudan. And this may be one of the reasons why our number has come down. Marriage is one of the main reasons which have made us come down. Because sometimes, as I heard, I was just sitting here, somebody was telling his or she is half Zande. There is no half Zande, there is no 50-50 Zande. There should be 100 Zande. 100%. And to be 100%, there should be the two who come together should be actually from the same Azande. So this has been a challenge. And when I was asked by so many young people, I thought it was an important topic to come and present it to you today. And maybe you discuss it, go through. It is in a written form. You can take it, digest it, and see how you will come up or play it with you. So it is in 2 parts. The first part is I'm going to give you a collection of how the Azande lived in the past. I mean in the nearest past, from say 1920s upwards. And one before that one is of course history. And the second part is we define the definition of marriage itself. What does it mean, marriage? What is the meaning of marriage? So this is the two parts I put together in a topic called marriage, especially among the Azande, or who we call the Ambomu, so that we know what is the outcome of it. It is a sort of cultural defect, and it has been a challenge. It's a challenge to all of us, challenge to certain individuals, but challenge to the whole community. So, excuse me so that I go into what I prepared in a written form. I think give me that, please. I say the Azande people, who are known sometimes as the Umbom, there are many marriage procedures among the Azande. The first and foremost, the most important is the arranged marriage, and followed by free choice marriages. Taking the first one first, the arranged marriage, this was and is mainly among families of very long ties, whereby a child girl, once born, is immediately betrothed to a child boy in the other family. As they grow up, they are always reminded of the arrangement until the time of puberty and adolescence. The two families guide this are bound by the relationships they have lived over years. This arrangement is dominant among friendly clans who have never had any disputes among themselves in history. Normally, marriage was contracted by payment of bride wealth, which is known as dowry. The traditional bride wealth took the form in those days of iron spears, which were about 20 spears, 10 hoes, 3 axes, and a pipe for the old men. This was sometimes back before 1920s. From the 1920s, the pre-colonial government had come up to sum up all this bright words in form of iron spears and hoes, axes. They converted it into money. The value was less, of course. It was about 120 piastres. It's 120 piastres, which was later raised to 3 pounds, 300 PTs, which continued until Sudan independence in 1956. There was an agreement by all the chiefs conference, which was held in Yambio in 1958, and that the dowry was raised or made double from 3 pounds to 6 pounds. And this included also a number of goats, earthcloth, sacks of cassava, etc. So many other things that would entertain the two families together. But whether this was followed or imposed on the community remains a question. It became decisive by all or every individual family. Then war devastated the country and the communities dispersed into exile and into the neighboring countries and in diaspora as we are here. No system has been followed, and every individual family decides now his own dowry or their dowry for their daughters according to the situation whereby they are residing. The second type of marriage is when a young man decides to inform his parents that he has found a suitable partner to marry. This is also subject to investigation as to whether the clans are friendly or if the kinsman of the bridegroom has ever married from that clan or one of the other brides has been married to the clan in the past. Now, once this is agreed, the family then approaches the other family and presents their intention to marry the daughters of that family. At this juncture, the arrangement for dowry is negotiated, an agreement is reached to be followed by marriage ceremony. I go back again to the third part, which was also in the past, is no more practiced. The traditional engagement leading to marriages were through festivals of circumcision of the youth, whereby young ladies who attend these festivals would choose their men according to the performance of the circumcision dance, Bere Agangasi. The young man on this graduation day from the Gangasi camp he danced naked, and the young ladies would admire and decide their choices. So when those young Agangasi go around looking for ladies to marry, they are already known according to their strengths and their performance, and therefore marriage becomes easy. This was practiced in the past. I don't know more where it's going, because for the last years I've been there. This Gangasi has now gone into the hospital, and it is no more the native Gangasi which used to be celebrated in the bushes. Now comes the free marriage, and the free marriage is mostly found in the urban areas, in towns. This free marriage is an arrangement between two who have involved themselves in what they call love, and the families are later informed. This type is common in the urban and suburban areas, mainly with us here in diaspora, and also it has turned out to be intertribal and interracial. Some of us is married from different tribes, and some of us is even married Europeans and Chinese. This is through human attraction, and thus marriage becomes a choice. The question I have been confronted with is, why do Azande young men and ladies marry from other tribes or foreigners? For me, the answer is marriage is choice, or it is, in a way, human attraction. Now, I want to come and share with you my experience where I put the 47 years I've lived. And I went to define what is real and true marriage. In the modern, and maybe because I believe in Christianity, I'm a pure Catholic, so I believe in the tradition, the Christian tradition. So with us as Christians, we believe that marriage is meant to be one of the earthly representations of love. And love is God. So this is there. If you go back to the Bible, the first marriage was between Adam and Eve. So it was God made. It was not a decision made. This was an arranged marriage. Adam was created alone, but God felt that he should have a partner. And he became his wife. How? Through his own arrangement. So when a man and a woman decide to come together as one unit, one flesh, one family, and they decide to take on the world together, the best marriages are always rooted in the love of God. Couples who choose to make Christ the center of their relationship make the journey slightly easier to themselves, regardless to whether they come from one tribe or clan, black or white. Marriage is, another definition I'm giving, is an illustration of God's relationship with man, as with the church, and as we are the church. Patience, forgiveness are the major parts of marriage. Without them, no marriage can survive. I want to emphasize on this. Patience and forgiveness are major parts of marriage. Without them, no marriage can survive. You need to understand that there will be times where your spouse will disappoint you, and you will disappoint her. Your response, therefore, you will discover things about each other which require a lot of adjustment. And this is where patience and forgiveness comes in. There are times you will share opposing points of view. So instead of burning the house down with words of anger, you will have to work out your issues in love for each other. Love is more and will remain the center of your relationship. Love is more than feeling. It is more than the butterflies or sweet sensations you experience in your stomach. Love is a choice. Every day you make the decision to love your partner and work with her or with him as a team. Love means that you are aware of the partner's flaws and shortcomings, but you choose to see the better parts of them. Marriage is a joint effort at becoming better people and a better family. You challenge and cheer each other when you are down, and the other pulls you up, and vice versa. Marriage, therefore, is not 50-50. It is not about splitting the effort into half, but marriage must be 100 over 100. You all must be all in all anytime. Marriage is you can't just walk away or walk out of your tie or your bound when things are going or getting tough, or you come back when things appear to be easier. You must be in the same way God is in all the time with you. These definitions I put here has been my experience also, because with my wife we've lived difficult lives. We have been moving up and down. We went to the highest places, we came back to the lower places. We didn't have this one day we have to discover where to get salt. We don't have a penny today how to get it. So we kept together because we had the patience and the forgiveness for one another. So this is why I brought this topic to share with you, young people, that if you live with this or the experience that I have, I'm sure you'll have a better lifetime. So in my conclusion, I say, my sons and daughters, if you observe the above instructions, you will enjoy the best marriage life with God's blessings. I chose to speak to you today on this important topic which you need in your life. And after a happy marriage with my wife for the last 47 years of experience, I pass this to you. May God bless, guide, and guard you in all your marriage life. For those who are proposing to get married and have a happy journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Stand by, Uncle. I think kami karanga gua pa na bodo nukote. Ono good story base that we will be captivating today is the self story ngagako. Na jako. So those years and commitment and endurance is really good. We came here today to have a platform to share. And that's what we're doing today. We are sharing our journey, our stories. That's what we're going to do today. And the ground rules again, I know with an exception to Uncle, we had said it was 10 minutes. Uncle's done 23. I'm just letting you guys know. Yeah, we were supposed to have a timer there letting you know, but if you see me getting closer and closer to the speaker, and the speaker should know that I'm also inkling on the time. But there was so much in there. We still have a lot of time. Uncle is here. On Sunday, he's going to be there too, which is going to be more relaxing. We can hear more and more about marriage and his journey. Though today we don't see our auntie before us, we could have interviewed her too to see her version over the years. Anyway, I'm not going to take a lot of time. We're going to go into gender balance, I guess. So we're going to introduce our auntie again to talk on issues. The ground rules is 10 minutes. If you can get it within that time, some people won't sleep. I know that.
It's 50-50 now, I think.
I would just like to say, thank you for the organizer. I really appreciated the effort that these young people are trying to do to bring us together. It's a blessing. And that's why we came to Australia. We didn't come for ourselves, we came for you guys. So seeing you doing this, it makes us feel proud of you. My name is Margaret Mateo Bako. I'm from Yambio, Bazumburu, and I'm almost 60 years. In December, I'll be 60. I've got 6 children, 1 boy, 4 girls. Yep. 1 boy, 5 girls. I lost 2. And I've been married for 41 years. My husband is not an Azande. He's a Dinga from Gogria, Bahargaza. We got married in Yambio. I can't see what this is completely something else. So today I've been asked to talk about women issue, but I'm going to be broad. I discussed with a few of my sisters before, and we have a lot of issue to raise up today. We've been wanting to raise this for a very long time, so we got given the opportunity, and I'm going to take it. 10 minutes, we'll see how I go. And also, I would like to thank, I can't say he's my uncle because, you know, the marriage, when you look at the married life, we're almost closer. So he could be my older brother. I would like to thank him for the information he provided us with. It's really helpful, and if some of us take those information, we will be 47 years in our relationship in the future, and more in the future. Thank you. Today, I'm going to talk about a few things. The first thing we thought we'd talk about is culture awareness for partners, if from other culture. As an Azande person, an Azande woman, an Azande girl, I'm married to a different culture. And I know some of my brothers are. It is very important for us to get our partner to understand who we are as an Azande person. Because on my other relationship, my husband, he gets me to understand who they are. So why not him understanding what my culture is all about? It's not just marrying somebody, as my brother was saying here, you know, this love, it goes beyond that. So if you love somebody very much and you marry them, let them understand your culture. And plan your kwazande inea aningade inia inajara ni kinyanya kinti lakini akumba. You have to bring the woman to your people in our culture. Azande I'm going to be mixing. Azande is known in South Sudan for respect. You have to tell your wives, your husband, how to respect your family, your sisters, your brothers. When they come, you know, if there is something, go. You can go without me. As for me, I thank God because my husband understands. When there is something with my brother, he said, they need you, go. You are the eldest, go with them. I will go here. Even there is two happening. He will say, I'll go to ours, you go with your brothers. Go and help them. They need you. And that's how you build a relationship. It's not one-way traffic. It's two ways. And for us, so we've been discussing this with my sisters. We thought we would bring it up today. This is the experience of us. We feel as the daughters of Azande, it's very important for us. That's topic one. The other thing we thought was that our older people, especially older men, they have a role to play in the young people's life, providing them with information like what Uncle just done now, talking to them about the Azande culture, who we are. I almost forgot about Agangashi. I used to hear it from my grandpa, but because I've been away for so long, I almost forgot until he said it today. So these are the kind of things that we think our older men and also us, the older women, should provide our young people with this kind of information. I know it's not easy, but you know, one thing my grandfather told me was that if you have children, when you are talking, they will not listen when you are there or when you are alive. But by the time you have gone, they will remember all those words and it will help them in the future. So let us not say, best onaka gumba hafio, or adungo ni ona kadunga niya, ogwapale say yakuya na bodun. As in gedule yani magumbanga aninga Azande. By maybe that's neither any sungusande. We have to sit down as Azande people, especially the elders, and think of who we are. Who is the Azande people? Kasana tirani ngame uraka anara ka wale. Mi dule mi manji wale mi dule mi magida pasishiro. Ka gwa barani na dumba tano ka yere kiwo. Ka ya zogora go ka yeka daro wingi dwani aramero go Sudani nole. Ani sananga tirani no gusana her. No gupanga mo ngeji borole. The Azande people, when they started coming, you know, how many places they conga? Abuguru people, they used to have their own dialect. So what they used to do, when they come, they don't just, treat you people badly. They give them land. They make them feel welcome. And that's how we manage to pass through this area up to where we are now. So we really have to sit down and think of who we are, how our poor fathers managed to do what they did. And we all want now, at the moment, we want to undo what they've done for us. Because if we started this, even this thing I'm hearing, that's Avutombro and what, that's not there. Because tomorrow, if we start saying, Minga Avutombro, Minga Avukute, Minga Avusarsibo, we will start fighting among each other, and then what happened? We have nothing to live for. Yeah? I think my brother already talked about marriage. I was going to talk about marriage. He already covered that part, so I'm not going to say that anymore. I'll leave that. The one I have to talk about, we women. The Azande women. We have to put our head together and organize ourselves. I've heard it so many times. People saying, but we can actually organize ourselves and put our head together. We can have our conference. When we go it's not that any beginning point, why can't you undo you, why can't you suguno you, why can't I flow you? When we go Panama and Batano Zande yo, Tamena Munana Franam, Namafranga Namota. Tamena Munaya for a Garena Manga, where Garena Manga, wherever Maja, Kumba Garena Manga, where Garena Manga, where I saw where Tamena Mute. In I get information on Ledunduko. Facebook, well, what they call it, all these new stuff, I have no idea. But still, there is other things that they don't know. We can have some sort of party thing for the young people where we can talk to them. Sometimes you talk to them, they think it's funny. I talk to my girls because there is no way I'm going to get their auntie to talk to them. They'll be like, Mom, that's so funny. We know that already. Yes, you know, but, there is other thing you don't know. So we, the Azande women and the young ladies, we have to sit together and figure out how to help our young women. And also for our brothers, I don't see many of their wives here. I know they're busy at home cooking, but they should be here. Because for those of you, your wives doesn't attend, you have to encourage them to come and attend this kind of sitting. They need to know, they need to be part of it. And also education for our young women. Yes, we need to get married, but we also need education. We need to educate our young women. They need to get education. There is nothing like education. If today South Sudan is better, people are needed there. If you just go with this English that we speak here, no piece of paper, they will get an excuse to say you can't have this position because you have no this one. So we have to, young women, you need to study. You need to go to school. And the other thing for the young one is this. Don't let anybody tell you. I know in South Australia there was some school, they will tell the girls if they want to go to university, oh, don't go to university, just do one of those training at TAFE, you'll be fine. Don't let anybody tell you that. When my daughter, some of you might not know, some of you know, she wants to be a lawyer. She wants to be a lawyer or doctor. People from our community, actually, the African community, the Sudanese, saying that because we were the first ones, if she is a doctor or a lawyer, no white person will let her touch them if she's a doctor. And if she's a lawyer, no white person will let her represent them. She used to cry and cry and cry, and I said to her, do you really want to do this? She said, yes, Mom. I said, don't let me down. I said, you see Nelson Mandela? She said, yes. I said, you saw Martin Luther King? She said, yes. I said, they did it. They haven't eaten the fruit of it. They just did it to open doors for other people. Go, do your law. If you don't get a job, put it in a pocket and take it home with you. And then go and work in a factory. So she did her degree, double degree in law. Couple of months, 3 months, she got a job as a lawyer. And now she managed one of the organizations called Women's Legal Service in South Australia. When she started with that organization, it was very small. Now it's very big. She gets money all the time. So please, girls, don't let yourself down. And so as you boys, do not let yourself down. Don't let anybody ever tell you you can't do it. And thank you very much. That will be.
Thank you so much. Yes, very captivating. I won't repeat it. You guys have already heard. We are now going to ask our guests to come also back to their seats. And we're going to go to the second phase of our exercise. This one is going to be done on every table. So what we need is you two guys, go fill these ones here. Peter, over there. Abu, go and sit on those chairs there. You can't sit behind people. Peter and Abu on the other side. We are going to really, because of time, we are going to do this, let's say very quickly. I'm going to make an example. My name is Justin Zimama. I'm from Brisbane. I came into Australia in 2014. I went to school, high school. I faced different number of challenges. I went to a school called McGregor State High. It was a multicultural school with different groups, Asians, Africans, Arabs, the white Australians. So this scenario put everybody in small cliques. The Africans to themselves, Asians to themselves, Europeans to themselves. What happened was there were challenges and there were opportunities. Challenges were we only wanted to be with ourselves for safety, to feel that we were part of a group, an identity. The other part was the competitions between these groups in the school. For the worst, some went into gangs. As young people, youth delinquency is very common. Without support, I saw some of my friends veer off into other things, dropping out of school, some doing drugs. I had friends, maybe one A and B and C, different things they did. But the challenge for me was, how do I get through? I was gifted to have parents who supported us from the very beginning with the idea of identity, language. That's an identity. Identity. I can go to Zande land, I can go to Sydney, maybe I walk around, I don't know anyone, but can give Azande. Give me a borodunge in Azande. Where else would they come from? So this is my journey about social experiences within Australia. So minada manga nga very short because minada ani spoke a challenge na mangaran. Nga paranga boro. Mostly young people. I want you to speak up. Minada only fra. I want you guys to speak out your heart because there is a need to hear your voices. There is a need for young people to say what they're going through. Apaikino, kono bunga na niya, aborokino lembia lemba, na sapotroni. There's so many things I can go into, but I'm not going to go into that. That's just a little brief. When I share these stories, I talk about the issue of identity. Fugo ngapazande, having parents that support you, having elders that support you, was the thing that supported me. But there are other young people out there who women are preparing A, B, and C. Who call A, he was just living by himself. His sister brought him to here, to Australia. So he wanted up into drugs. B, Ambira Buddha. Okay? Yala kukorako chako no vunda apa idunduko. And then these are your friends in school. How do you move away from these cliques? How do you? You can't. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's share our stories. I'm just trying to encourage you guys to share your stories very quickly, and then we go around. Let's just see what we have in the room. So Ogwaboronga are table hosts. Another can make sure anga aboromungi ogwapugoni guru heni ulipo. By saying who they are, Guinea do Yorogoyo, Munamanga Guinea, and just a background, you know. You can meet and talk more about other issues. Aska Manduku, same school, Aska Nyesher go 2005, whatever. Kuruboro Dingyama. Yeah, so let's share these stories. It can be on anything. Your love, passion for anything, sports or whatever, music or waparijoniko. Tambai. The table host, please get your pens. Abornika furani guru he. Anikafu. Anifu come 5 minutes for aborduniko. Tuna or 10 minutes. 10 minutes for aborduniko. Aneja kwa. Okay, 10 minutes, guys. Table host, agalam. Galam kanante. Kuna kia hai? Yeah. Kone kachi kaha oni kone Pradesh. Gani table host tuai. Mo what kaha chan. Okay. People are sharing stories, and you have to write down just summaries of their stories, just summaries. They are telling their stories and just writing summaries quickly. Ane donunga table host. It doesn't matter. The issues will be known. Yeah. So just make a little bit of gap between the issues. So there are issue 1, issue 2, issue 3. You don't need the names. So who's doing it here? You're sharing a story. Do you guys know each other on this table? Okay, then share that story. You guys start talking. If you're sitting like this, you will not talk. You have to sit on this side as well. That's why we need table talks. Okay, guys, we have to be very serious with time. Whatever we have is what we're going to go with. If you have to wrap it up, one or two things, that's it. Our co-hosts, where are you guys? This is the biggest part now. Whoever is responsible for social, you guys help each other out to identify these issues. We're going to start with this table here. Briefly, within less than a minute, you're going to tell us what the issues were on this table.
The issue we found mostly here is challenges with school. So we have two determined young people here who really wanted to go to uni. I have actually a special story. I have one young lady here who really determined to go to uni, but when they arrived, they didn't know that their visa is not eligible for university. So after they found out, it was really shattered. So they had to pay out of their pocket to go to study, and unfortunately, only 1 out of 3 have to go to study. And this is an issue that needs to be addressed. I have young who is determined to play soccer. So since he arrived, he's still at school. Soccer is his hobby, so he loves playing soccer and he does that for sport. It's only for us. Yeah. Not the rest, just
There you guys have it from this table. We're going to go to number 2. Table number 2.
All right, from this table we have, first one is Peter. Peter went to TEF, studied telecommunication. Currently he's working for NBN, right? And born in Yambio. And then we have Alfred, born in Anzara, came to Australia 2006, went to TEF, did diploma of accounting, and at the moment he's working as a security. And well, at the moment he have, like the hard part for him is language barrier. So yeah. And then we have Sabit, right? Sabit came to Australia 2006 as well, born in Yambio, went to high school, and TAFE, studied Diploma of Business Management, currently working in Coles, hoping to go back to further his studies. Okay. And my name is Victoria. At the moment, I'm not studying. I did certificate in aged care and disability support, and I'm working at the moment in the field. I'm hoping to go back and study more because I'm more interested in health. In that part specifically, nothing else. I have 2 kids. I've learned to speak Zande I didn't grow up in Zande. I came to Egypt is where I learned to speak Zande. And from then, I just trying to keep up every day to speak because, it's my language and I love it. And I love working for the community. Pretty much, yeah. And the rest of the stuff is history.
Thank you for table 2. I hope you guys have had so many issues on that. Do you have clarifications?
Oh yeah, I'm asking about the one who goes to. Okay, with the sports one first. What was the issues of you not continuing with soccer, or are you continuing with it?
There's no issues. I still play soccer. and it's just something that was brought up. Like obviously, I've done a lot for the Zande community through soccer and all that, and yeah, I just hope to continue doing that.
Well, he's on a pathway, a journey, so I think he just needs support. Like sometimes we need to support each other. Young Abu, thank you for sharing. We're gonna go to table 3.
Okay, and for table number 2, the one not studying, what is the issue that is keeping you behind? Like you said, you work at calls.
Demonu.
I'm just trying to work and save some money, bring my little family from back home, and then can kick back to study, you know. So I can keep with all of them at the same time. That's why I'm continuing with all.
Thank you, Savit. You guys happy with that? Table, you guys good?
Okay, also one more thing about the language skills. Yeah,
Language, yeah. Tell us more about the language. What is the barriers on that?
Honestly, just I can understand Pagano very well, but just to make a conversation, I can't make like a fluent conversation. That's all. But I can read and I can do all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
We are not, sorry, the co-host, we are not finding solutions now. We are taking the issues that have been presented, putting them down, and then from that, we'll talk about what we're going to do, who is going to do what after. Thank you. Table 3.
Okay. First, we have James. He came here 2005. He went for TAFE for 1 month for English course. His challenge here, coming to Australia, was language barrier. So he had a friend help him get to do the English course. The second person is Justin Kanga. Came here 2004. He was supported by his elder brother. Went to multicultural school. The challenges were faced were also English barrier, but he was helped by his school friends. The third one was Ilya Pia. Came 2012. He's a public servant. Challenges faced was communication as a community in the Zande. He also fear there's going to be a lot of young people that are going to run away from their own people, from their own Zande people. And also, he said that one of the challenges that he sees is people not having their own choices in what they want to do. Like one of our aunties said here, they don't believe in themselves. They listen to other people if they should do something they want to do, like becoming a doctor or a law. The fourth one is Ima. Came here 2005. He's what he sees in the community is that we pretend to be united, but we are really not. The third one is Jackson Peter. He was born in Australia. We also have Josephine Zimama, came here 2002. She still doesn't understand where Zande people fit in Sudan. That's what she used to. Yeah. Me, I came here 2004. I'm Roslyn. I'm still not sure where I'm from because I'm half Mundu and half Zande. So It sometimes is difficult, but yeah, but I'm leaning towards more of the Zande side, which is my mom, and my dad is Mundo. So just the challenges is just the language barrier that I don't understand when I'm like around Zande people. So yeah.
Thanks, Table 3, for sharing. You guys are good with that?
It's all good.
All right, last table number 4. I hope something good comes out of here.
What does that mean? Okay. My table was mostly full of determinations. Like the first person I was talking to, his determination was education. He just, I don't know how to say it, but he went through everything just to get his education. He spent 3 years at high school before his dad passed. So when his dad passed, he went to seminary, but he didn't have that support, and to put in his word, he said he didn't have that talent of school. They just didn't accept him in school. He just didn't have that. So he went to seminary. He went to seminary, but because of the support of his dad. His dad always told him that, education was the most important thing, and that always clicked in his head that, that's the important thing. So he finished school, I think high school in Uganda, but then he went to Sudan. They didn't accept him in, I don't know to call it, whether it's college? Yeah. They couldn't accept him in college, so he spent 5 good years just working in factory, because he didn't know what else to do until by the grace of God he found a sponsor who sponsored him into college, and he finally did his diploma in journalism. So after he did his diploma, then in 1998 he went to Uganda, where he did his degree. And after all that long, imagine that determination just to get them papers. Then when he came to Australia, that was, he came in 2002, and Mosaki started studying for his master's, which took him from 1998, between 1998 and 2012 when he got his master's. That's a long time to wait for that paper, and I really respect him for that. The second person I was talking to, I'm not gonna say names, but again, it's all about determination. Like she said, she didn't marry Azande, so, but she was determined to keep the language, and that language of Pazande. She went to Khartoum in '84, and she didn't know anyone who speaks Zande. So to keep up with the language, she used to talk to herself. Yeah, spent 7 years in Bor. That's a long time. I think everyone here would forget Zande, would be like, you know what? Let me run ball, instead of Zande. But she was determined to keep the language. She was talking to herself when she was doing housework, telling herself stories. How do you tell yourself stories? But she did it just to keep, to keep close to her roots. You gotta give her respect. And my third person, it's just, it's just like, for me, I just call it determination to just achieve. It doesn't have to be education-wise, but you have to have somewhere you're striving to. She told me her mom passed away when she was young in 1967. So her uncle took her to Khartoum, but her uncle tried to make her to study, but there's some things when it's not yours, you can never force it. She did everything, she tried, but she didn't. Then after She got married, she had kids, but after separation, she went to Egypt, and then she came to Australia in 2001. When she came to Australia, she went to TEF she went to TEF in Tasmania, where she studied. But then, as she was still studying, she had an accident, and she couldn't go back. But hopefully, she's hoping to go back next year. And the fourth person for her, I think school just wasn't cut out. She did everything, she tried, but when God says this is not for you, you don't do it. So she finished P6, then her heart wasn't there, so she went to Khartoum in 1987. She was in Khartoum. She tried to go to school, but it was not hers. So she got married. She had kids, and in 2005, she came to Australia. And when she came to Australia, she started working. So because she had kids, she gotta look after them. And until today, she's still working. And the fifth person on the table, him. He's from Egypt. He came from Egypt in 2006. His experience with Azande here in Sydney, in his own word, he said there's claims that the community is strong, but that's not the case. He's also disappointed himself because he can't speak the language. He told me that most of the time when he goes to a congregation like this, people are speaking Azande, and he cannot understand. He kick himself, but because he want to be able to learn and converse. His suggestion was if they could have programs for people like him who want to learn the language, at least let them have a program where they can teach. They can teach Azande and give him that opportunity to converse independently. For me, I'm just gonna talk on the side of the event. I've been to 4 events, the youth events, starting in Adelaide. Mine one, I'm just gonna be like it was just a simple. Because the first time I went to Adelaide, yeah, people knew I was Azande, but I was not really into it. But I was just into the soccer part. In Adelaide, we had 2 games. The first game, they didn't play me because they didn't know what I could do. So I just got a few minutes just to prove myself, and until today, I've been putting in some input and some knowledge, and that's all. I just wanna appreciate from the boys who organized this thing. That's it from my table. Thank you.
Like I said, powerful table. Powerful table. So guys, our co-hosts, what we're gonna do now is you guys are going to summarize for us what came out of each table. Not each table, what came out from all the tables and what were the common themes from each table? From all the tables, what were the common themes? What are the issues that came out?
Hello. Sanfa bodunu ko giri monga ana zindo ogone inongore. Mine Perthio. So starting with all our summary here from all the tables, what we came up with is language barrier, English language barrier. Pretty much, I think from all tables we're talking about the language, and then there's Azande and identity. Do I have to say all? So under the Azande and identity, we've got community structure, loss of identity, and unity. So I'll pass it over for Flora to go through the others as well.
Okay, tambahe chipaka togule godule fani ilimonga Flora. So like Anne said, the things that we've summarized pretty much here karabiza mapehe. She's already said that. So the other thing we had was people who are concerned for education. A lot of the youth said they were struggling with education because of language or because opportunity, or because of opportunities hot air, or people are not having the platform. Or and some people said they did not know what to expect or where to find the information, so they missed out on university studies or something like that. And the other things, I'll give it to our co-host to talk about the fourth thing that came. So we had four things: English language, Azande language, identity, loss, community structure, Azande, unity, now education, employment, industry, English language. So I'll give you to our co-host to tell you the next one.
Okay, the last one is the support system. So basically, not many of you have support system that they need. That's what you talked about. This is where people become isolated. And in that case, they also mentioned about determination, which is also part of support. Because you have no one over there, so you're supporting yourself and you're alone. And the other one is responsibility will become too much once you're doing it by yourself and no one else is there to support you. You will also need, and the other one was to be, let me just read it. Choice of doing things, okay? So you don't have the choice of doing things and you go on people to force it upon you. That's what one of those things which came up as well. Part of the issues that were raised today.
Okay, Tambai. Just like all of you here, this segment you guys just read is not yet clear to me. I want you guys to give us bullet points. We have educational issues that we need to address. We have this and this that we need to address so people can hear you and loudly, because there's so many things you've said there. You said there was an issue of education, Azande, and English. There's an issue of this and that. Go through it like bullet points. Thank you.
Another animal here, like point by point, so we start with education.
Ogwapai onadungura ha anina badunduko oniyawe. How many are they?
But there is four things.
Four things. What are they?
The problem of English language was
yes.
number one.
Uh-huh.
The second problem was of language of Azande and identity of culture.
Yes.
That was number two.
Yep.
Number three was the issue of empowerment through education.
Yes.
Number four was the issue of lack of support systems in place. Those are the
support
things,
systems.
Yeah, do
okay.
Summarize here.
There you see, those are the issues. Minapera ogwa agenda nidu ngaga social and self-empowerment. So we are not going to go for that. The only thing we are going to do is we have only one person we're going to invite now as a guest speaker. He's also the chairman of this state, to share his story about his experience in the mainstream Australian society. Because of time, that's why we are jumping the queue like that. There was a video also here of 10 minutes of the same journey that I'm going to play. So maybe if he agrees, I'll play the video first or you talk first, and then you close it off.
Thank you very much, all of you. And again, I'm very proud of you getting together, sharing the stories, and thinking of how to get into it. My story is just very brief because they're very long stories. I came to Australia in 2001 from Cairo to here. And study and work is my key motto. Even in Sudan, study and work. People was talking here, they are not studying because of work. In Greater Khartoum, this is where I gave birth to all my children. I've worked in Khartoum 3 times and work to educate them. For the issue of languages to them. How I manage them to know my language. My daughter is an English can speak language, Dakwe speaks, Namberi speaks. I have to control. We're going to school, it is controlled through me. I have to talk to them. If they need money to go to school, it's me to give. You don't talk to me in Azande, no money, no breakfast. Fully stop. Tell me my story to here now. Like the story which I was very proud of, saying, here the deceiving that it is very hard. What is hard under the sun? If others can become lawyer, doctor, and then what about you? That's why I started with clamping. Or your daughter. Don't let people let you down. Because other people, they don't want you. If you pass, you are doing well. What is that? Hindering you to become a lawyer, hindering you to become a doctor, if you can pass. Even with my journey is the study here, my master's degree. Another white man failed. I got a degree, and they say, why can't this black man got credit and you don't get that? I say, man, was I taught in the midnight? Here now, why to motivate you in the journey here? Yes, we started, you can see that. I'm the chairperson of the Azande community, sharing with you together. Why doing that? If anywhere you go, you see 3 of you, you must join together. Form yourself. Even if you are one, say that you are the chairperson for this. Your wife is the vice. This one will make that to be. You achieve that the vice. So continue to do it. I'm also the deputy chairperson of the Equatorial community. So that they have to know I'm from Equatoria. Other people are saying the Azande are not Sudanese. You have to prove to them and join with them. Why? We are all within this Sudan. This I'll go to it later. Then now, if you are here, make it a home to be with those white people together. Why do you isolating yourself? That's how they say, oh yes. Now I'm studying this. Why don't I, if it is that a problem or a job, I've been going all to those politicians, find for us job, they cannot. Say, okay, I start. Why I'm now started as a volunteer with the Labour Party. Okay, start giving papers to them, why people vote for these people. And that was in 2012. Then, from there I got a chance to work in election day. And I have been working every election day, paving the way. So I joined to the brand member as a campaign officer. Campaign when the election, federal election is coming, council election is coming, I have to join with them. Going hard, yeah, wow, they give you things. So get it very hard. So they will see, yeah, you are part of us. Then it decided, since the white people vote for me to be the branch chairperson of the Australia Labour Party, we are getting there, so don't be shy. Go with them. For the MC said, first person to be now heading a branch And you, that's a very bright chance for you with your slang English. You speak like that. What don't you do with it? So, I'm not going to take your time. I'm encouraging you, school and work, school and work. Like there was another young person that cannot work, study because of your status, no permanent residence, no what. You have to work it out. There are procedures to get that, and it will allow you to get to the university. With all this, there was the same situation. That was another girl from Delotuko approached me. There's no permanent residence, there is no what is called toilets, doesn't know how to do that. So I cannot go to the university. Say, oh yeah, come, we go and see one of the MP, the state federal. Also, they say, this is happening. They come like, find out and go. That is the benefit of it, journey together with those people. So, my message to you, you are very young. Go and think that there is another, let me forget, another guy from Equatoria. He saw me my graduation. He saw Uncle, he left school the year 10 to go to the factory. I met him in the actually soccer. He's now in the uni. He said, I'm leaving this year, I'm going to the uni. Determination. You have to determine. If you fail, you do it again. You must have a focus. What do you want to do in the future? Now with this discrimination in the education, I've been now offered a free scholarship for my PhD. Wow. What I'm waiting for my research is now finished. By doing that, I'll be studying and doing part-time lecturer. You have to determine. Had I to come here like you, I could have done a lot of things. Thank you very much. We shall talk later on.
Yes, we're finishing all these stories here today. I think most people have shared their stories, if I'm not wrong. But we have an issue of time. So, and I see people are a bit tired, and we still have a little bit of work to do before we come and enjoy ourselves tonight. So I want to ask what we're going to do after this, because what is left with this conference is two-step program, where we ask who here wants to help with these 4 items. If you put your hand up, we'll take your name. Kachutunga paikenongaga pazande abrona fresh papane. Borokina nalemi katuna a project on that. Need to babeni kwali. Kachutukenonga borokino. Lembe ka undo no gupaenga ga yigo English hukani aboro. Need to babeni kwali. And kikeli moni sande. So that is very simple. Chajanga legoti. Kabora kunda kuna china jale baja. Katumba be kwali. Kabakunda kuna katumba be kwali. Chajale baja.
Onika nduko bigoni bakaya about the council. Chinka tunatoa suse for my pair. Program kono ya fespa aboro yugo pazani. Adunga boro to kono Brisbane first year. Bakuma dukana nata kehe ni kehe. Nata kehe ni kehe. Chidu ana go intuma ko for the branch meeting ka ugmina ka prospect say. Grant kono sa ko ko ni kupata kwa bro in kwa ndio kono ke bia pa biaro wale onaenda ka poloni for vironi ka bigi pisha bro chio kupashinga multicultural. This is a multicultural this part of it. So ada bakuma kana mbanya matwe for matter jolon but got to Sydney go panga ka pazande. What do you know because bia want to nada people first tamba for tamba for
Tamba uncle, we will not hold you back. Yeah, Sydney, I've already said that they've already chosen somebody. So, what? Yeah, my uncle Michael. Yeah.
another we do ane itu babeni kan aku message ini kan jadi that's the reason kan babes kok mereka kale ya pada.
There is a suggestion here nga kaba yi sunjale for states. Nga why do in can do ka hiloga mushkila kurade mere na infra liye shindu ka zona chekrogo yo li buni basasa. Ona bera woka ni manje. Honorable. There we go. We have Sydney and Perth already putting someone down. But that's initiative. So on a better one. Huh? Yes, Elia. Time factor.
Yeah, I know. Thank you all very much. But these issues which has been told here today, it's already something that has already been discussed, especially in Brisbane. And I've attended similar meeting in Adelaide, similar things. As I speak with you, Borokino ho, Ompa for the Mitnaro English, a Yapaya Pecare, a Borno Boker or Rogua Duna Kinogua Palio. Wana Fra, where Borokino ho to Brisbane, Nga James Akoyo, and Jokes Udukon Gabia, now Matimaco Qualionga, Unaida Kugo Pazande Froni, or Gabroduga Tonio, Qua Mata Yugo Pazande. It's you to take your children for the teaching. It's your responsibility. Mundu na wiro uwili kipatani. Aborokino ho example nga Jose wa Jose yekono and Riadunga Tony, but then it's because of the family support and all that. My son now, he can say some words. My daughter is the same, but if you're living, gumonara kana wiro koro, ko wiro papa zandeya, buzanenga mana pazande. It's your fault. So on our in Brisbane, bono go payo nga James akoyo nga bonike go pazande.
Channel Kajaha, Brisbane, Mafra.
Tamba mina ada ka tamba ile achpa pamuda pere ka kanya kasahanga abrone go pazande kuyoyo. Sorry guys. Okay, back to English. What I'm trying to say is we have these three people who know the language. Yaba Michael Jolon, Yaba Benzimi, and Yaba James Akoyo. These are three people who know the language. What happens is now we are in Australia. We might not have all these skills where we are. Now the thing is, how do we get these three-minded people to create something that's universal for all of us? You can do something we can all learn online or something. This is what we are looking forward from these kind of talks. We need these three people, not just to teach their states. What if our state don't have someone who is very good? We need them to take it to all of us.
That is it. That is what I was coming to. Today we are not Sydney, we are not Queensland, we are not WA. We are all under a union of youth. So, and our community leaders, we want to have a system that we can create from up and it comes down. But anyway, Uncle has something to add.
Yeah, I just want to inform you that first of all, I didn't give you my profession. I was a born teacher. I'm a professional teacher. All my years has been teaching, and when I went to South Sudan, I was engaged also in the Ministry of Education. I brought some books from there because, believe me or not, when you say teaching is online, not everybody can get it. Most of the people would depend on books. They can follow up easier when they read and when they can. But online, very few people will take it. So I'm working on that project now to reproduce those books. And I think all of the communities in Australia will get samples of these books, and it will be easy for them to. As we said here, Yesterday we were discussing about we invited the mayor of Blacktown. They are the ones who have already approved to me that these books can be produced by them freely, and they will give it to us. Thank you.
That is why we need to be in one place, to know what is going on. So, wana jiane dunuko, gini state do ata furanga chipageo. Fire. I think South Australia no apra. Best briefly, based on that issue of commitment.
Gupameda kapetoni ngawe taban ilia ni matachi gupare tonane. Ga gupare chine berane ga parents. Yani gupami bia basic be ga gana parents na de kape English for uriye poroyo. Yani gupare chadani mbuhe. Kamwini pazande mo pefu wiro mo fargo pazande fu wiro. Zabra gudemi bungura aware. Mina pe pazande furu. Ni matana kaya furu ya pen, kami ya pen na kuma jangba ko chidami kusai. Wala chi gaga pi gaga une magagini. Guyamai na chinga laben. Mina ko pe ko kuma ja kusai. So mina ko baba kuma ja. Taban na ko pa mereka pe ngame sanga example mereka pe nga Anthony gani nga ex chairman Anthony Erneyo. Kwa wiko kinanga Nelson ya vunguko kinana. Gudena gida pazande ana manga school nga pazande kuna chehe kinigije ono ya vunga ko ikwa ivungo kinana so example dunga hakako yane kuna mona chepazande fuko ndunga gida ha ukigije yo so na ukura buku kina bere atledio nga pazande na gupama sana gana elders gupake menje wenenga chepa abukura borogidi pazande i chepazande ki translate na English. Kipa ukura borogidi he. Ukura amadi. Ukura game inakena nga buku kino. I heroko pa madi ki translate go inanga English. So ke mwenye wo gure at least gana gude ina ka pazande nandu waka English gini pai. Monache wo gini pai. So ina ka gida haki ya Hawaii wala Hawaii yorogo English sende. Chika dunga easy fu gane aboro egiji he. So tambai.
Justin, thank you so much. Minabera wena pai makura shifogu ogwapana afro papa and kura pai ho ana message gwa walete. Gupai ni kama nganenga ya pai ona jene imakeka ha ya produbia tale. Ogwaboro ni furano boy ko ke ifu commitment ongi keli moyo. Ogwaboro ni nominate yo ongi keli moyo to follow up rogani kura meeting and kama ngaha. Akida warga kuyo no gwa pai na mbusa na fura Australia na abadundiko. So with that said, we are now officially finished and closing our program and the conference with the Azande Young Dynasty Awards 2018. Thank you, WA. Thank you, Queensland. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, the executive of Sydney. Thank you, everyone. South Australia. If I miss somebody, I'm not having a note of myself. But I want to thank everyone, the young people, for behaving, the soccer boys for playing really good. Unfortunately, next time, we're going to take it to the next level. So guys, thank you so much for bearing with us. And our time is now 4:48. Don't go anywhere. Let's set this thing up for our after party. Cultural night. We are going to dance and celebrate. And in our celebrate, we're going to play some music while you guys are working here to empower you guys. What is that?